Hello and welcome everyone to a new video here on my channel with a new part of real world locations inside Ace Combat's Strangereal universe, and this time, as promised more or less in the last video about Los Angeles and Farbanti, we have Edwards Air Force Base in the Strangereal universe right here. So for those of you who don't know, Edwards Air Force Base is also located in Southern California, just like Los Angeles. You can actually, if you want to drive there by car from Los Angeles, it's actually not that far. So yeah, Edwards Air Force Base is one of the most prominent Air Force bases in the USA because it actually functions as a test site for the US Air Force, and almost all prototypes of the US Air Force have been taken to flight there. Um, for example, the recent examples are the F-22, the F-35, the YF-23 Black Widow, X-29, F-15 Active or F-15 SMTD. Um, Basically everything the Air Force ever used in the last 70 years or something has been tested right there at this Air Force base. So it's got a lot of history right there. Also part of the base, well, it's actually its own base, but it's right there. So NASA has also its Armstrong Flight Research Center right there, um, which also tests spacecraft, planes, and so on. So yeah, I actually was there myself, so perhaps there'll be some anecdotes here and there. Let's just take a look at this overhead picture of Edwards Air Force Base right here. This is a satellite image I've taken from Google Maps, and here is an overlay with an Ace Combat screenshot. Yeah, there's a cloud right there. Stupid cloud. But you still get a general idea of it, so you can see already the layout is the same. A bit of a shame is that on Google Maps there are no 3D buildings for Edwards Air Force Base. I take it these are for security reasons, stuff like that, but unlike in the last video about Los Angeles, it makes it a bit harder to compare the different structures. But yeah, like I said, you can see right here, here's the Ace Combat picture. The layout is the same, you can already notice that. I mean, in real life you don't have a large Stonehenge turret network next to it, obviously, but yeah. Alright, so let's go on with the runways, or another base shot, so to say. You can see here, once again, same layout, it's the same base, obviously, but it's not just a superficial resemblance. We'll have some more detailed pics coming up soon, showing you some buildings, and then you can see that it's really identical. So I took this picture here from Wikipedia of the tower of Edwards Air Force Base because, like I said, on Google Maps you don't have any 3D structures, so I had to take this picture for once to compare to the tower in Ace Combat, which you can see right here. And you can basically see it's exactly the same. The real life picture, let's take a look once again, is a bit older, so some hangars, buildings are actually missing on this picture. Well, but you can still see it's the same. And when you take a look at Google Maps, I think in the overhead view you can actually see the new buildings and hangars now also added. Alright, so let's go on and take a look at the F-22 hangars, which you can see right here. Well, in 2D view. So you can actually see the hangars in the Ace Combat picture. Let me make the overlay right here. So those little hangars are actually used to house F-22s and F-35s. Well, at least when I was there, the F-22s and some F-35s were underneath these little hangars. Here's the Ace Combat picture, and yeah, of course the runways are the same, but you can also guess from the 2D view of Google Maps that the buildings are actually the same. So let's actually take a look from another view. You can see the hangars here as well, technically. Once again, here's the Ace Combat overlay, showing you that it's the same. And then we have the Ace Combat picture right here. Yeah, And fun fact, you can actually, can you see it? No, you cannot really see it, but there's a hanger here to the left. Wait, I think it was in one of the earlier pictures. Yep. When we take a look back at this picture right here, the hanger to the right, one of the larger hangars, is actually used for storing a lot of old aircraft which are currently being restored to be put on display, including one F-117 Nighthawk, and there are so many planes I actually have no clue. Oh, actually the first F-16B two-seater aircraft is also inside this hangar, and then some older warbirds. But I've been there in 2014, so I don't really know anymore what planes were actually part of that. And I guess you just gotta have to take my word for it, because you are not allowed to take any pictures on Edwards Air Force Base, which is a bit of a shame, because as an aircraft enthusiast, when you go there, see B-2 bombers, F-117, F-16 Vista, F-35, F-22, F-15 active, F-16 XL, you know, all these aircraft from Ace Combat you would never see in real life, you can see at Edwards Air Force Base, but you are not allowed to take any pictures. That is a real shame. Alright, enough rambling. Let's take a look at another picture right here, once again, of the tower and some of the surrounding hangars. The angle right here, it was a bit hard to properly merge the Ace Combat picture and the Google Maps picture, but I think it's sufficient. So you'll get the general idea. Alright, and last but not least, now this is not really a comparison, I just wanted to show you because I just talked about it. If you want to see some aircraft history and you are visiting Los Angeles, I really recommend visiting Edwards Air Force Base, because like I said, they have really unique aircraft right there, and I used some Google Maps shots to show you these aircraft. So this is the first right here. This is part of the flight museum, which is actually on base. You can't just go there and visit the museum. You need to, yeah, I think on the official site of the Edwards Air Force Base you can actually book tours, and then you can go there with a guided tour bus and a guide. I did it. Oh, inside this building is actually one of the YF-22 prototypes, which later became the Raptor during the production. So that's another unique aircraft right there. You can see also aircraft like the SR-71 Blackbird, but what I've circled here are two of my favorite and unique aircraft. You've got the F-16 XL, the F-16 with the delta wing, and you've got the YA-10B, which is the only twin-seat A-10 Thunderbolt which has been produced. And then we can take a look at here. That's also part of the base. Another Blackbird, as you can see. You've got a Starfighter, but more importantly, you've got the F-15 active, which is formerly the F-15 SMTD, which is one of my favorite aircraft in the Ace Combat universe. I think it just looks pretty cool with the large F-18 stabilizers added to the front. I really like this aircraft, and you can also see the X-29 with the forward swept wings. So like I said, really unique aircraft, and if you go there, make sure you can photograph these aircraft. Well, you probably can't, but so yeah, that was just some additional info that I wanted to add. It's still a bummer that I wasn't able to take any pictures of these aircraft, but at least they're still in my memory. So, and you can see them from overhead at Google Maps, which is not nearly the same, but it'll have to do. So yeah, thanks for watching. The next video will probably be difficult. I'm not quite sure yet. Perhaps it will be Singapore, or yeah, it will probably be Singapore without a large space elevator next to it, but yeah. So keep an eye out for that video. Thanks a lot for watching. I hope you like this series of videos, and I'm also welcoming any more tips for comparison videos of other locations. Like I said, my Ace Combat 6 copy still needs a new Xbox 360 controller, but I will also be taking a look at Ace Combat 5, for example. I've been told that I think mission 11 or 12 resembles Boston, so I'll be looking into that. Like I said, thanks for any tips, and I'll see you in the next video. Until then, as always, take care.